Hi, everyone. I'm Heather McIlvaine, Managing Editor of Premium and Features at Inside Retail. And I'm delighted to be bringing you an exciting new video series from Shopline. Retail has undergone a period of intense change in recent years. And while this disruption has created untold opportunities, it has also presented challenges around cutting through the noise of increased competition, meeting expectations of seamless omni-channel offerings, and forging truly meaningful connections with customers to drive lifetime value. In this series, we'll explore how retailers can best navigate these challenges and why having the right partners on board is the key to success at a time when consumers are tightening their spending and the cost of doing business is going up. Today, we'll be discussing the evolution of what's cooking from a traditional bricks and mortar business based in Sydney to a modern retailer with a unified commerce platform. And here with me are George Trittis, owner and founder of What's Cooking, and John Levy, Country Manager for Smart Commerce Platform, Shopline Australia. Welcome to you both, and thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Heather.
So, George, I'd like to start with you and ask you to please tell us a bit about What's Cooking. When did you first launch the business? How many stores do you have? And what does your online offering look like?
Heather, I started the business in 2011 after 30 years of being a franchisee. I thought the time had come to become a franchisor. In the last 12 years, I now have 9 stores. I have 1 franchise store and, of course, my online store. Using an on-premise point of sale, which also had a way for us to host a website. The site, however, is not optimized for mobile and is not performing well enough to grow the way I believe it should grow.
So I'd love to dig a bit deeper into the online side of your business, because as somebody who's worked in retail for a number of years, you would have really seen how the rise of online shopping has changed the industry. I'm sure it's delivered a lot of benefits to What's Cooking, but offering or operating an e-commerce business is easier said than done in a lot of ways. So there probably would have been some challenges along the way as well. Can you tell us a little bit about how you found the rise of online shopping over the course of running What's Cooking?
Well, it certainly has impacted my business. After COVID, everybody is now familiar with online, and this is driving our margins down as it's so competitive. I have 40 years experience in retail. At its core, it stayed the same for the last 100 years. Retail online and in store is about supply chain, products, cash flow management, marketing, customer service. Online has been a challenge for us in the past as we've tested with advertising campaigns, Google feeds, and paid searches, which has not delivered a profitable model due to the poor conversion rates and the need to discount.
Yeah, even just running through all of the different aspects, there's so much to stay on top of, and it's constantly changing. So when did you first realize that the approach you had been taking wasn't really working, and that you needed to take a different approach to your online presence, as well as integrating it into your stores? Because at its heart, you run a bricks and mortar business. Can you tell me about when you realized you needed something different?
Well, I honestly did not believe online could be profitable. With the high marketing costs, low conversion rates, we need to discount to attract new customers. I did not believe our business could be profitable online. Only after understanding that online could be used as an extension to our physical store and not an independent sales channel did I see that the real potential. Online is just another touch point for our business, which we'll use to drive more in-store sales. Having a unified commerce solution gives us the ability to do what we know best, be retailers, and engage with our customers. So no matter where they are, to be empowered to turn online into a natural extension of our stores is a game changer.
When you started looking at new platforms or new technology, what were some of the features and functions that you wanted to be able to offer that weren't really possible with the system that you had?
Well, first of all, integration. We need to be integrated because it's just too much manual work. We need we need to get hold of our customers. We need to engage with our customers. We need to speak to our customers without any manual work involved.
Yeah, exactly. So have it be a natural extension of what your offering is.
Well, it is a natural extension by changing software. You know, my software is very outdated. They're all add-ons and nothing speaks to anything else.
That sounds like the recipe for disaster in some ways, when nothing's connected and it's very difficult to operate.
Well, it's very difficult because everything's a manual operation. You change a price here, you've got to go and change it there. It's relying on, well, the human error is just too big. It's just too big. If you don't have an integrated good system, it just cannot work. It's just too difficult.
John, I'd love to get your perspective on this. You know, George has just told us about the journey of What's Cooking from a more traditional bricks and mortar retailer that has seen the rise of online shopping and wants to sort of modernize its offering to meet today's customer expectations. What aspects of that stand out to you as being a really common experience in the retail industry? And can you tell us why you think unified commerce is a solution to some of these pain points that a lot of retailers experience?
Definitely. First of all, I think George represents a retailer who really is on top of his game in terms of the complexities of retail. Everyone thinks, let me go get a product and let me go sell it online or in the store, and it's easy. Retail is difficult, and it's very complicated. It's as George mentioned, it's about supply chains, it's pricing, operations, and making that all work in a profitable manner is an art, and one that George has been able to achieve over many years. The fundamentals of retail are there, and for us to really just empower George to be able to extend that physical retail operation online is one that we're very excited about, because it represents so many other retailers in the market. Let's not forget, physical retail still is 85% of retail, and for those operators who already have markets, already have products to sell, to enable them to really, leverage modern platforms and in a way that not only increases opportunity with them in other sales channels, but can ultimately drive retail sales back to their stores. So when I first met George, we met at his warehouse. It's a huge warehouse, countless aisles of products and brands. And you can see George is on top of his game in terms of what he's been able to build over these years. And I can see his questions and his direct approach was it showed that he's an operator of note. But it was clear that George wasn't a believer of online. He had major concerns, which he just mentioned about and he didn't think that online could be viable for his business, because ultimately, to be, in his eyes, in order to be competitive online, you had to be low cost, competing with everyone else online, and that would ultimately lower his margins in store. So not only was it not something that he thought could be viable, but it also potentially could impact his overall operation. So to say that George wasn't a believer was an understatement. And to What's Cooking is a complex business, with a number of stores all needing to interact with one another. They've been using on-premise point of sale, which was customized over time. A lot of nuances within each business, not just What's Cooking, but most businesses will have their own way of working, and that really, in George's mind, I guess, made it sound like it would be hard to migrate to a modern platform. But yeah, George has strong instincts and was open to hearing about Shopline and how we could address all those concerns. And what really led us to this point where we've been able to provide George with a modern unified commerce solution, which just enables George to do what he does best, and that's be a retailer.
Thanks, John, for that. I think that's some great insight into George and the What's Cooking business as well from your perspective. So, George, I know you're still in the process of implementing Shopline, but I'm sure you're already really looking forward to some of the changes and new services you'll be able to offer to your customers. So I'd love to get your thoughts on which improvements or new capabilities you're most excited about and how you see yourself being able to use these in the future.
Heather, I don't know where to begin. We're busy training at the moment, and it's just phenomenal. The features, the benefits are just unbelievable. You know, we're all about our customers and giving them the experience that they actually expect in today's times. Things like buy online and collect in store. I mean, that's something that's expected, which we've never even thought of. You know, our smaller stores don't have all the inventory. They can buy them at the smaller stores, and we can ship them out from our warehouse. The membership program is unbelievable. We've just had a straight 5% discount, loyalty points. Now we can give our customers different tiers. We can remunerate them. We can market to them. We can go. It's just unbelievable what we can achieve from the software. And without this, I don't think we can survive.
Yeah. A really bold statement. I'd love to follow up on that, George, because, you know, it's a tough time in retail right now. But it sounds like through services such as buy online, pick up in store, or if a customer were to go into your store and not find a product that they were interested in buying, it sounds like you can have it sent to their house from a different store. What's the financial impact that you expect from being able to offer these services? How do you see it, perhaps increasing What's Cooking's overall revenue?
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. You know, you're pleasing the customer. At the end of the day, it's better than losing the customer. Today, everything is in the palm of their hands. So the customer looks it up. If they want it now. They can find it now. And if not, we can ship it to them. Alternatively, we can inter-store transfer it to them. We have got the vehicle that goes around the stores once and twice a week. So if a customer wants 4 and we've got 3 in stock, the 4th one can be shipped or it can be transferred. So the system allows us to please our customers.
Yeah, and that you can't overstate how important that is. Yeah. John, from your perspective, what are some of the features and functions that you think will make a real difference for What's Cooking?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to, I guess, get to this point in time where, George is so excited about the opportunity. When we looked and we spoke to George, understanding that they do have a significant customer base. They have over 100,000 registered users for their monthly newsletters. So it's really not a case of us looking for new customers that they can sell to. It's about how do we really just increase their average order value, their frequency of purchase, that lifetime value of the customer, so that when they do bring in new customers through marketing campaigns, the ROI is spread across many different orders and opportunities, not just one moment in time. So yeah, this is the ultimate case study for Shopline. By modernizing What's Cooking's retail platform, we're not teaching George new tricks. It's just about enabling him to be doing what he's already doing successfully, but in ways that George just naturally understands on how to engage and really just sell to customers in ways that may sound like it's a foreign concept, but really it's retail hasn't changed much over the last 100 years. The fundamentals are still there, but how we engage with customers has changed. So as a unified commerce platform, we're really in a position to drive sales across every touch point. It's in our interest to build the capabilities to do this, which may not be the case if you were dealing with a single channel software provider. George's success is our success, whether it's online or in store. We're building a platform that looks at his business holistically, and one that we know that is going to be something which it's the whole analogy of making 1 + 1 = 3 rather than 2, where we can create those experiences that one channel can actually grow the others. So one of the services that I'm really excited about is our partnership with Meta. George and What's Cooking will be one of the first Australian retailers to leverage this new technology. And what it's called, it's Facebook's in-store conversion API. And the feature is quite unique in that it gives you the ability to leverage your in-store customer data and connect it with your online advertising campaigns. So George, in effect, will be able to pass the information on from his retail customers in his store back to Facebook, and not only be able to attribute those marketing campaigns to that in-store sale, but also create similar audiences that we can then leverage in new campaigns. So in other markets, using this technology, retailers have seen some really impressive results. There's results that Meta have supplied, and they're publicly available, where you see 13.5 times lift in return on ad spend, total sales both online and offline. So leading the customer acquisition costs, and that's about lowering that acquisition cost and the ability to find and open up new audiences. You can't do that unless you have a single view of the customer and a single source of that customer data that we can then leverage in new opportunities like this. And I'm sure there'll be lots more features that we'll be bringing to market with those partnerships.
Well, that sounds actually quite sophisticated, like some quite sophisticated capabilities, and I'm sure will make a big impact on What's Cooking's business and customer experience. We've talked already about the tough economic conditions that retailers are facing right now. And so I wanted to address the elephant in the room head on, which is, why is now the right time to be investing in a new platform in a business? These aren't small decisions. So I'd be really curious to get your thoughts as to why it's the right time to implement a unified commerce platform. John, maybe we can start with you and then get George's thoughts as well.
Well, as a platform, I'm probably always going to say now is the perfect time, but generally, now is a good time to invest, not only in unified commerce, but probably more widely in terms of operational excellence. It's not necessarily something that you need to invest in terms of replatforming a financial outlay, but it's also the time and effort and diversion away from other priorities that the business might have. So that's when you talk about investment, it's not just about the financial outlay. So they also have the experience to know that during these times, I think we've seen historically that during downturns, when the whole category shrinks, it's a different type of competition you have within the market. Everyone's not benefiting from a rise in a category during a downtime like this. It's about effectively taking market share away from your competitors in order for you to grow. And in order to do that, you need to look at ways of reducing your operational overheads. You need to look at how you can really just streamline your business operations, that operational excellence is where you're going to gain that competitive advantage over your competitors. And if you're able to do that effectively and invest in new technology, new platforms to really gain that competitive edge, when we do see the uplift in terms of the category growth, George, in particular, we hope that his market share in the category grows, and he will see exponential growth as the category grows, and he'll be in a position where that's going to be an exciting time to be part of the business.
Great, George. How about from your perspective? What made you decide that that this investment was going to be, worth it in the long run? Because, yeah, as I said initially, it's a time when a lot of businesses are looking to cut costs, but you're actually investing in your business. So how did you come to make that decision?
Heather, the proof's in the pudding. I looked at it very, very seriously, and I was quite happy to just drop my online business completely. It's a very, very tough business, and without the tools, it can't work. Whatever John has said is music to any retailer's ears, because we're retailers. We're not programmers. So at the end of the day, if we haven't got the right tools to drive our business and with them integration and just to please our customers, we will never survive online, never, because the costs are just astronomical doing them with third parties and trying to please everybody. It doesn't work. I've done it several times and I've failed.
So I want to take the opportunity, George, since I have you here and you have so much experience in the retail industry, I'd like to end with some words of wisdom from you to other retailers out there that are feeling the pinch from the downturn in consumer spending right now. What advice would you give to a retail business as to how to get through the next couple of months, what areas of the business to focus on, and how to come out the other side of an economic downturn stronger than ever?
Well, it's just consolidation. End of the day, we've got to buy better and we've got to sell better. We're all in the same boat, and we've just got to look after our customers. And for me, investing in online, because online will drive people in store, there's absolutely no doubt. And as John said about, we've got over 100,000 loyal customers. These customers need to be marketed to, they need to be told, they need to be given. And without the tools, you can't do it. We've got such a good loyal customer base, but we're not marketing to them correctly at all. And if you want to market to them through third parties, and it's just such a manual process, and it's a very, very expensive process as well. At the end of the day, our suppliers will all come to the party. They will give us massive prizes. We can do competitions. But if you haven't got the tools to do this, it's just not possible. So you need to invest in software. You need to invest in your business, and you need to look after your customers. That's the bottom line.
That's some great advice. It sounds like it's really about the fundamentals of retail. So, well, thank you very much, George and John. I think that's a great note to end on. And thank you to everyone watching for coming along with us as we've discussed unified commerce from all angles. And make sure you check out the other videos in this series. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.